up? Welcome back once again to the Necro Zoo. I am Bones, and in this one, let's go ahead and take a look at the newest figure I will be adding to my McFarlane DC Multiverse collection. Now, today I did go hunting earlier in the day. I went to a couple of Walmarts and Targets. Now, surprisingly, I did not find anything at the Walmarts, but I came across a random Turbo Man figure. Now, I had wanted one of these, but not so much that I was going to go out of my way to pick it up. So when I saw it just sitting there, I went ahead and picked them up. So I saw a lot of people going all crazy trying to pick one up and all that, and I just knew that eventually I would pick one up. So that was pretty fun. But at the three Walmarts that I went to, I came up empty-handed, and then I went to 2 Targets. Nothing much, but on the second one, which was the last Target, I did go ahead and come across this Flash figure. Now, I have heard that they're putting like end caps where they have the ink Batman Beyond, the black suited animated Superman, the Rebirth Superman, which I really want to get my hands on, and then this Flash, but I didn't see any of that. I only saw this one Flash, and actually it was like in the NECA section. So I don't know if someone returned this one or if I just missed when they restocked the figures, but pretty happy to pick them up. I'm not a big fan of the animated stuff, but since I am a completist for the McFarlane line, then I did go ahead and pick him up to put him next to his other animated brethren. But he does look pretty cool in the packaging, so let's go ahead and take a closer look at him. Now, first, he does come with your standard black DC Multiverse stand. Pretty cool. He does come with a data file card. On the front, they do have some artwork there of the figure. It says The Flash from Superman, the animated series. And on the back, you do have some information. Pretty sweet. We'll add it to the collection. Accessories, he does come with 2 alternate hands. Now, a right-handed trigger finger or grasping hand, and then a left fist. Really nice, but I don't think I'll be using them with this figure, so we'll go ahead and add these to the fodder box for any customizations or any time I need an extra hand. That's where we'll put that. And then he also comes with this flash effect looking like a thunderbolt. Pretty cool. Translucent yellow plastic. Looks really nice, so we'll hold on to that. Let's go ahead and take a look at him. Now, straight off, just looking at him at first, he looks pretty cool. He does come in a smaller buck than the originally animated ones. I mean, that Jon Stewart was huge, and the Batman and the Superman were also pretty bulky, and this guy is like on a leaner buck, which is pretty nice because that means they have parts to use on future figures, and also Flash isn't really that big, so he's more of a leaner character. So I thought that was pretty good. Now, let's take a look at the head. Really nice sculpt work here on the head. Really captures that animated look. I like the way they whited out the eyes. And then he does look up. Very high, actually. He does look down. You have left to right. And then you have tilt for some character. And of course, Wally West is a kook. So that's pretty nice. I really love that chest emblem. The way they have it like raised or embossed, up. Pretty cool. It's not just painted on. It wouldn't be too bad if it was just painted on, but it's nice to go that extra effort to give you that raised emblem. So it's always cool. I just read somewhere where somebody said that McFarlane figures are over sculpted pieces of crap. And I just thought to myself, like, how can you over sculpt? I mean, like, aside from other figures that use like the same body and they just add little pieces and change the paint, and then that's your new figure without doing any sculpt work at all. And they're talking crap about like over sculpting, where it just has so much sculpt work that they're mad about it. So I thought it was pretty funny, but to each his own. Now moving down, let's look at the waist. He has that cool thunderbolt kind of like wrap around his waist. He still has the McFarlane articulation side to side. You could twist them, rock them around. He does lean forward and back, surprisingly. That's going to help for some articulation. Pretty crisp and really sleek figure. I'll give you that much. Like I said before, I'm not a big animated fan, but this one's actually like kind of like making me want to see more figures from the animated line. So rather interesting. Let's take a look at the arm. He does have the butterfly joint, so you can get all that range of motion. He does have a pretty smooth bicep cut, and then these only have single jointed elbows due to the bulkiness of the sculpt for the animated style. Then you have the two hands of the ball articulation for the wrist, and I really like these open hands. They're perfect for running poses. So really in the flashes style, those hands will. Then of course he does have the thunderbolt detail here on his forearms. Let's take a look at the legs. Slight thigh swivel. Not too much, but it's not like there's none. He does have some thigh swivel there. You could thigh swivel it out, and then it does have double jointed knees. Moving down to the yellow boots, he has that ball joint at the ankle. You have up and down, left to right. He does have rocker, pretty cool. And of course he has toe articulation now. Another thing I heard of people complaining about was the toe articulation. They're like, oh, what do I want toe articulation? Like, what does that do? I don't want toe articulation. I'm like, bro, nobody wants toe articulation until they're posing the figure and they want that little, that little extra articulation where it hits the floor, where your foot is like bent. So nobody wants toe articulation until they need the toe articulation. So, oh man, I just laugh laugh sometimes. But another thing I really like is the color. The red is like a deep red, and then that bright yellow, like sun yellow, really cool. Really makes the figure stand out. Really enjoying that. Let's take a look at the bottom, no tread. And then moving up, just that smooth sculpt work. Now up here above the shoulders, I did see like a little bit of scuff marks, but not too bad. I have seen other reviews where they got like a lot of like scrapes and like plastic like flaking off there, but mine has minimal of that, so I got lucky there. Really nice looking figure. Then you go up to the back. Of course, those fins for his ears, really nice. Really classic Flash look there. So all in all, really happy with him. Like I said before, not really an animated guy, but actually, if you bring out the Superman, looks really good. He's like a little bit smaller than the Superman. And then you bring out the Batman. Start getting a good looking team going there. This is like kind of opening me up to where I'm kind of liking these animated figures now. Of course, the only other ones are the alternate Batman that's blue. I do have that one on the shelf. And then the cyborg that they gave us from the Teen Titans, they should just give us, if they give us one more figure from that Teen Titans line, and then we're going to want, all of them. So, I mean, you can't just make one and then not make any. Kind of like the Green Arrow one from the show that they made. And then bring in the Jon Stewart. Actually, the Jon Stewart is like one of my favorite ones. Even though a lot of people don't like this one, I really love the head sculpt and like his size. Some things are not too cool, like the butterfly joint, how it's all black, so it breaks up the green. And then they've got real lazy on the ring. They just made it like a blob. But all in all, I really like him. Should have had him on a flight stand. He would have looked really nice. But I'd say pick them up if you're into the animated ones. This figure is just gonna make you want to make a bigger, Justice League. And if you're not into it, then don't pick it up. It's cool. It's all good. But you guys keep hunting out there, keep collecting, keep customizing, and I will see you on the next one.